Okay, I see Gov. Gov is on his he's better than that. I don't know why he's talking about that school down south right now. So Jungle, who's your college team?
My college team is Miami Hurricanes.
Okay. How are they doing this year?
I think we 2-2. We lost.
Have you watched any game?
Yeah, I watched the first two. I watched the North Carolina game, and I watched who they lost in the first game. They could have won. They could have won that game. They
I thought you was a St. John's University fan.
Nah, man, St. John's is in Long Island. We do not fool with St. John's, man.
What about the University of Brooklyn?
Say what?
Bronx. University of Bronx. They got a team?
Now, we got Fordham University. If I was going to go to school in New York City, it'd be Fordham. That's in the Bronx. I was born at Fordham High School, by the way. They tore it down, though. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Who was that? PS 120 something you went to?
Hey, hold on. Hold on, everybody. Caller from the 813. You're live with the College Football Show. What's your name? What you want to talk about?
I have a question for the Michigan fan.
What's your question for the Michigan fan, sir?
My question for the Michigan fan is...
First of all, welcome to the Deacon Dell Show, ABM. How you doing? A guest of ABM this afternoon. Go ahead, brother. What's your question?
Good afternoon. My question is, after Saturday's game, was either the FBI, the ATF, or the Ann Arbor police traveling with the Michigan team able to lift any blood and semen evidence off the Michigan Wolverine players before they got on the bus?
First of all, let's
a rape kit.
Is it a question for me or is it a question for our co-host Jungle Brother?
Nah, he asked about you. He said, "Did y'all have a rape kit?"
Okay, so first of all, what we're not going to do, Mr. Black Man, is talk about anything previously to 12 noon today. So we moved on. We've trying to right the ship. And we're looking forward to the second half of this game and going forward with this year, sir.
Okay, well, we have to talk about that because there, in the hip hop community on the post up yesterday, there was a rumor that Ice-T was there looking at that game, and they're going to reenact that whole game on SBU this fall.
Thank you for your call, ABM. We appreciate you calling up. We got to move on.
Hey, ABM is still there, Deacon. He is still there.
We got a full line.
You called him out, Deacon. You the one said you didn't get no phone call from me or ABM. He's calling and interviewing you.
Yeah, he's had his question. It's not the post up. You need to move on.
Hey, I'm on the road. Y'all only got 20 points against Rutgers, man.
That's what I'm saying, Black Man.
Rutgers is like there's 8 classes in high school football. They're like 2A.
Right.
Well, put it like this. Right now, Rutgers would be the New York Giants. So let's
fall back, Deacon. Since last Sunday, my Giants are undefeated. So watch your mouth. And that's fact.
All right. Y'all hold on one second.
So, Deacon, what did you do, man? What made you put the Buffalo Bill logo over your M on your Michigan polo at work yesterday?
Hey, Black Man, I think he had a phone call. He got us on hold right now. So where you on your way to?
I went down to Tampa, scooped my son, man. He's coming up here to ATL, so went down, scooped him, and turned right back around. So my goal is to be home by the Ohio State so I can watch Justin Fields' first hostile environment in Nebraska.
Right, I think he's gonna do well, man.
I do too. I just want to see the pageantry of it.
Right. Hey, Black Man. Now I had Vince Wright on the phone earlier, right? He said that Togo came to the Minnesota about 2 weeks ago, and the 334 Bama boy said he has never seen. He been trying to get Togo to the sports bar with you and him, but Togo ain't never show up. But he got time to go to Minnesota. What's up with that?
Yeah, I mean, for Q Dog that he is, Alabama big time tennis player. The Lonely Hearts Cafe, which we frequent. Like you said yesterday, he's always say he's driving. I thought he was an insurance man, but he say he always driving. You should have a time to stop and be at a client's house. But yeah, matter of fact, me and 334, the ghost of us, are still sitting at the sports bar waiting for him to get there on the national championship game, Texas Tech, Virginia. He said he was on his way. We was beating at 8:30, said he'd be there at 9. By 11:30, as that game went into overtime and went off, Togo was a no-call, no-show, man. He got terminated if he was in corporate America.
That's right. He would have got terminated, man. So you ready? So you haven't listened? You haven't seen any of the OU Texas Tech game? You been listening on radio?
No, I haven't seen any games. Yeah, I was listening on radio until I saw you hit me with the show, so I tuned in there.
Hey,
yeah,
man,
I was on serious listening to it.
Hey, man, wait till you go back and see the highlights, man, and how Jalen Hurts look in that pocket, man, and kind of throws he making, man. He throwing 20, 25-yard out routes on a rope. They have not
he's making every throw. He did that in the UCLA game. He, scrambling, guy on a crossing route where you got to throw it with nice touch, but, allow him to catch it and still all in stride. I mean, he's making every throw and every play. And I heard you saying, as far as athleticism, you haven't seen a quarterback like that since Cam with the strength. And he could be a big time running back. But the fact he can throw the ball, these folks gonna have to leave him at quarterback because he can run anytime he wants to. Last 2 weeks ago, they went man to man first play of the game. He went down the sideline out the back door for 55 yards simply because the corners, turned and ran with their back to him. And he went out the left side for 55 yards, and he could have probably got 8 more yards. But why take the contact? Go out of bounds. Next play, touchdown, and they was on their way to, I think, a 35-point half or a 38-point half last week again, 2 weeks ago against UCLA.
Exactly, man. Exactly. We got
you. Hey, man, I'm gonna do it on Monday. I heard you giving it up to your boy Herm, man. Big time win last night. I should have been getting a couple hours sleep, but I stayed up as long as I could to watch it.
Hey, man, the thing I took away from that game last night, Angry Black Man, is that the kid playing with confidence, man. I mean, he's playing with confidence. He walking with that swagger. And the only way you can walk like that and play like that is if your coach believe in you. I mean, how many times have you seen Kelly Mond come to the sideline and Jimbo Fisher cussing him out?
Yeah, that's all the time. That's how Jimbo works as quarterback. But Herm was cool, even when they didn't pick up that early, when the tight end dropped that pass. Seam pass.
Right.
The first that was wide open, he'd probably still be running through California's defense. He came to sideline, Herm told him to keep his head up, don't worry about it. You don't see a lot of coaches do that, man. They got big-time defense. And Jaden Daniels, when he take off to run the ball, he looks like Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, he do, don't he? He do, don't he? I mean, I watched that last night.
I hadn't seen him, and I looked down and said, Jungle got it right on because, I mean, he's slim. He wears his socks up. He looks just like Randall Cunningham. And he stands back there to deliver the ball down the field and runs when he, has to, but he gets out of there, gets that 15 yards, gets out of bounds. I mean, big-time player, man. Their drive against 2 weeks ago against Michigan State, who got a top 15 defense, that was impressive.
Exactly, it was, man. It was. Hey, it's not a big college football week, but I'm looking forward to tomorrow, Black Man. You got Dallas coming into New Orleans, man. Hey, I'm expecting big things out of Teddy Bridgewater. First game at home, man. Got that crowd behind him. Hey, man, I see New Orleans winning. I don't want to give my out bracket away, but I think Teddy Bridgewater going to play well tomorrow. What you think?
Oh, I think it's going to be a big-time game. Dallas is 3-0, but I think their defense hasn't played to the level as last year. The offense just been so good. I don't think people really focused on little holes early in that defense, but I think I didn't get a chance because Transformer Blue, but I had a little tribute thing of Teddy Bridgewater, his speech in the locker room after the game. He got the game ball. Like I was saying Monday, you got to remember, he almost hasn't played in almost 3 years. The full year he sat out. Last year was almost didn't play, a game here or there. And so the man, his first time on the field in 3 years with a leg injury, people thought he was done. So, I mean, that building's going to be off the hinges. And you got our boy in the building. He's all over social media taking pictures. The GOAT.
That's right.
I hope he don't drink too much tonight and he actually make it to the building.
Hey, man, Cowboys got a good team. They got a well-balanced team. They got a young team where the stars ain't making a whole bunch of money yet. They got stars on both sides of the ball. Dallas look good, man. Only thing is, with Jerry Jones not getting away, and that grinning coach not getting away. But you know how Eagles go. Jerry Jones, he blew up a Super Bowl team because he wasn't getting the credit. All the credit was going to Jimmy Johnson.
Right. In this case, he won't have to worry about that with Garrett. So that's why he's kept him in tow this long.
Right. But hey, let's talk about that Nebraska game tonight, Nebraska Ohio State. Now, I'm a big time Scott Frost fan because hey, I watched him at Central. Well, he's right there in your back door. Scott Frost is a leader of men. You know what I'm saying? No nonsense coach. Kind of remind me of Tom Osborne. What's your take on Scott Frost and what he's doing in Nebraska?
Man, last year was a tough year. You go there without your personnel, with your system. We took some lumps early. We remember, if we think back, I think a guy named does a show called Sports Done Right, the governor. I think he was smiling and cheesing when he went with a tailgate out there in Nebraska. Was it Nebraska last year? But they got smoked. But seriously, Scott Frost is going to get his talent in there. He got Martinez is back, his third or fourth year as a quarterback. He can run it, he can throw it. It'll be a formidable test for Ohio State. That's why I'm excited to see Justin Fields in this, first big-time environment since he was a high school student, because he didn't get to, really get the reins at Georgia. But I think Ohio State is going to be fine. Nobody talks about Dobbins as one of the top backs, but he is. And they've been putting up numbers on people. So I'm looking forward to that game. Be a big-time environment. Nebraska's 3-1. They only lost to Colorado and Mel Tucker, the old rivalry game from the Big 12. So it should be a big-time game. Turn the volume down because you got Herb Street on the call with Chris Fowler. That's the only thing you got to turn off.
Exactly, man. Now, in big games, Urban Meyer had a problem of playing close to the vest, running his quarterbacks, running read options, not trying to throw the ball downfield. How you see Ryan Day in his first big game doing as far as play calling and putting Justin Fields in the position to win? What kind of game plan do you think he's going?
If the first couple games are any indication, he's going to run J.K. Dobbins and let Fields throw the ball. I think when we see Fields run, it won't be design runs. It'll be him improvising and taking what the defense gives him in maybe if they get outside their lanes, passing it. But you don't see him running that read option where they're trying to emphasize him keeping it. So they're keeping away from the hits. Because I've noticed, we talked about last year with Cam, but there are a lot of quarterbacks that are running now. When they announced it, I forgot what game last week, they talked about guys are just going to hit the quarterbacks in the shoulder. They're not even worried about tackling them by the legs. They got one guy, you go for the legs, everybody else hit him in their throwing shoulder. And so I think Day has done a good job of that. You can feed J.K. Dobbins, 25 times and spread them out. So he's done a good job. Urban Meyer would always try to make his imprint sometimes on offense. When he stayed with the special teams, he was good coaching the special teams as the head coach. But I think they'll keep the offense the same. And let's see what Alabama has defense. Nebraska has defense. I saw them against Colorado. Colorado put up 34 on them. So I don't think Ohio State will have any problem scoring. It's a matter of Nebraska can keep up and keep it a game early. make it a watchable